Today I'm reviewing the LG SoundSuite H7 soundbar with 9.1.6 channels spatial audio, wireless Dolby Atmos FlexConnect, and the Alpha 11 AI processor Gen 3. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've spent real time using this in a living room setup with movies, streaming content, music, and gaming. This review is about how it behaves in real scenarios, not just specs. Let's set expectations clearly. This is not a simple TV-level soundbar that only slightly boosts volume. It's designed to create a fuller spatial sound experience that reaches beyond basic left-right stereo or standard 3.1 configurations. That means hide effects from Atmos content and a wider, more immersive soundstage compared with typical bars. In everyday use, the sound profile feels clean and articulate. Dialogue is distinct and stays anchored in the center of the soundstage, which helps during dialogue-heavy scenes or news and streaming shows. With movies and content mixed for Atmos, hide cues, like overhead effects or environmental ambience, feel natural and more spacious than what you'd get from a basic front-firing bar. It doesn't conjure a full speaker array theater, but it does open up the sound field in a noticeable way. The 9.1.6 channel architecture and AI processor combine to shape the output intelligently. In practice, that means where content has spatial metadata, object movements and ambient depth feel better separated. It's not an overwhelming explosion of detail, but it feels well organized. Voices, effects, and background audio stay distinct without washing together. The FlexConnect expansion feature lets you add a compatible subwoofer, like the W7, and rear speakers to push the system closer to a full surround experience. With the sub connected, bass response tightens up and hits feel more grounded, especially in action scenes and music with low frequencies. Without the sub, the bar still impresses for clean mids and highs, but deep bass is understandably limited in a standalone bar. Thermals and noise aren't direct concerns for soundbars, but usability and build matter. Setup is straightforward. I used HDMI ARC for best connection with my TV, and once linked, content passed through cleanly. The bar doesn't have distracting hiss or crackle during normal listening levels, and its internal processing keeps dynamics intact without feeling overcompressed. Controls feel intuitive, and the remote lets you toggle modes without wrestling through menus. One limitation to acknowledge is that, like all soundbars, it's a compromise compared with discrete surround speaker systems with dedicated front, side, rear, and height modules. You won't get the same pinpoint localization or raw power that separates physical speaker placement can deliver in a fully built-out surround rig. What the H7 does is approximate that wider sense of space from fewer physical drivers using clever processing, and for many living rooms, that's a sensible middle ground. Also important, premium features tend to matter more with premium content. Atmos and spatial cues are best experienced with streaming or Blu-ray sources mastered for that format. Standard stereo or 5.1 content still sounds nice, but the extra channels aren't doing much on those tracks. So where does this make sense? If your priority is a step up from basic TV speakers with real spatial high cues, a cleaner, wider soundstage for movies and series, expandability with a subwoofer and wireless modules, an all-in-one feel without building a separate multi-speaker rig, this configuration aligns well. If your main goal is a fully discrete home theater array with dedicated rear and height modules as separate components, the traditional AVR plus speakers route still offers the most customizable, immersive outcome. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.